Hello everyone, welcome to another ball-bouncingly brilliant episode of Stockbridge Sketchworks. I am your bulimic bartender, Peter Stockbridge, and this is episode 5 of our Jake Gyllenhaal enemy movie poster sketch. Whoa, that was a mouthful. Hope everyone's doing alright today, and we're cracking on with me trying to fix some of the shadowing and sort of ambient occlusioning of the cityscape. We're sort of getting close to me being done with it, and I thought I would just start off with a few basic tweaks here and there. My primary focus here is getting some deep black shadow into the whole right side, because in the original I can see that this specific area is very dull and deep, so I kind of want to bring all of that down to match. Not particularly concerned with the other side, and to be quite honest, this sort of thing is usually done off camera, but I thought, well, I'll show you a bit of it just so you can sort of observe how I do things. And it really is just sort of going over certain borderlines, reiterating some of the shapes, paying attention to where the actual light is coming from, and then what shading is necessary for the area around the object. So in some cases there'll be shading, some will be highlighted, but as I said in a previous episode, this is the first time I'm attempting a cityscape, so I guess that'll do for now, and we are cracking on with sorting out his leather jacket. And I'm gonna sort of go over a large part of it in a basic sort of grey shade, and I will eventually go back through with some shadows and some highlights. Now, leather is it's a funny old thing. There are some elements which are smooth, and there are elements which are very sharp and coarse. There's a lot of highlighting and shadowing going on. It's almost chrome-like, is how I would describe it from a artistical sort of replication sort of, type of way, interpretation sort of way. And you'll see, I mean, it's not terribly essential that you get this sort of shading even. You can afford to make a few allowances here, I think, so don't be, if on the off chance you're following along with me, even sketching along with me, I don't know. I don't know if you are or not, but if you are, don't be too concerned. I do try to sort of give advice here and there when I can. I'm not, a perfect teacher, so I don't really like to teach. I just do it, Can I have a quick moan about the Game Awards? Somehow, I'll get the main thing out of the way first. That somehow I was led to believe that Rockstar would be there making an announcement. They didn't. They were nowhere to be seen, silent as a mouse. And I'm a bit annoyed at that, to be quite honest. I wanted the definitive edition to be an effort, you know. I think a lot of people wanted to be able to, you know, experience that first feeling again in a new graphical environment, and you know, especially with it being done by Rockstar of all people, we were so looking forward to it. And it turns out that it's a fucking garbage fire. I mean, you know, that they took the mobile versions of the game and remastered it. You're taking the piss. Anyway, so yeah, they didn't show up to make an announcement. I was hoping for something like Bully 2 or Grand Theft Auto 6. Even though, you know, I didn't really like Grand Theft Auto 5, I thought Grand Theft Auto 4 was better. But I'm not expecting anything decent from Rockstar, to be quite honest. I think we've had the good stuff. Judging by the amount of people that have left the company, there's a lot of talent that have gone in the years leading up to today, I suppose. So I would be surprised if what they came out with next was as high a standard. You know, I was hoping for, I don't know, man. I was hoping for XCOM 3 as well, to be quite honest with you, and didn't get it. I was hoping for more information on Starfield, perhaps, or, you know, maybe even Elder Scrolls 6, dare I say it. But no, nothing. My internet connection dropped out about 10 minutes before the awards ceremony sort of began, and it basically turns out that as I was watching the rerun, they dropped a load of codes, and I think that's what annoyed me more than anything. It was that there was these codes that there was no point me even checking, because they would have all been gone. My internet connection was out for 12 hours. It came back on at midday the next day, and boy, was I fucking pissed. But never mind. There wasn't really anything of note anyway, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, I've mentioned this before, and I think I'm kind of falling out of love with games. I just, unless they come up with something groundbreaking and innovative, I just don't care anymore, to be honest. I might play the new Elden Ring. We'll see. So you can see where I'm trying to head with this leather jacket already. You can see the sharp lines and the softness of it as well. Well, there will be a softness to it when I'm done with the shading. So yeah, turns out that Game Awards was nothing special. Our government's a bit corrupt. It's from one subject change, a very drastic subject change. Yeah, no, I've just, the articles I've been reading lately for the UK, just unbelievable, dude. Just unbelievable, like the corruption that's going on up there. So blatant and in your face. Boris Johnson just needs to go, mate. I won't, I'm even reluctant to discuss it right now because of, any potential algorithmic, changes to my channel. Well, I have no idea what they're doing. But the level of blatant corruption is astounding. So I'm doing the back portion of the jacket. This is on the other side, the collar part on the other side here, so just throwing that in, and then I'm gonna just sort of finish off the rest of the jacket here. So I do believe this is the penultimate episode. There's only really one episode after this, and it's done. I know. It feels strange coming to an end of a project sometimes. It was a real tough challenge, that cityscape, and I'm not entirely happy with it, to be honest, but as I said in the previous episode, that sometimes you just can't really sort of replicate detail in a simple way. It's quite hard to explain it, to be honest. So I'm using the tip of my finger here now. I'm just going through the main shade, the bulk bit here, and just trying to sort of smooth as much of it out as I can. I don't want any pencil lines showing up. Try and sort of mute that as much as I can, and then bring in my old smudger and see what else I can achieve with it. This is a godsend, this little smudge stick. I'm telling you, I can't sing its praises enough, to be quite honest. It's gotten me out of quite a few jams in the past. I'll always maintain that art is such a therapeutic thing to do for anyone. And if you can afford to spend the time to do something, do it. Not enough people slow down. If you live in a fast-paced type of, life, you live in the city and, you've got a full-time job or more than a full-time job, a position of importance, blah, blah, blah. If you don't take the time to slow down, you'll drive yourself insane. And this is the kind of thing that you can do to do that. You can go for walks and, literally just put your phone down and go for a walk, right? When was the last time you actually did that without a device in your pocket? Obviously, you need to feel like you're safe, in order to do so. But my point is, don't use your phone all the time. Just leave it alone, Leave it in your bag or in your pocket. You have to actively try to be conscious not to use your devices. Just try it for one day. Just try it and see how different it makes you feel. Going around the perimeter of the jacket now. That's looking very, very good. Again, this isn't the primary sort of focus of the image. So it doesn't have to be, full on perfect. It's like a sort of a bit of chromatic aberration going on, you know what I mean? It gets blurry towards the edges of the art piece. This really is the fun bit, in my opinion. Going through and just adding some detail in organically. I'm checking the source image, of course, to give myself a rough guide here, but there's a lot of ad-libbing going on, if you like. So I've said this in every part of the series for this project, and I'll mention it here. This is for a lovely chap over on Instagram called Every Shot a Painting, and he picks wonderful stills from films that look like paintings. And if you feel like you want to be decorating your walls with beautiful film still art, why not get some wonderful inspiration from his channel? The link to it is in my description below. So yes, please do take the time to check his bad self out. So yeah, working on the finer, subtle bits at the moment now. We want some detail in here, we don't want it to be too vague. We're going to be sort of fading things out towards the edge anyway, and the bottom edge, I mean. When you're doing art, you have to decide whether you're going to, go to the edge of the paper or not. And, I've certainly found that people either go to the edges of either side and, fade things off at the top and bottom, or they'll do it all the way around, or they'll do it from the going all the way to the top edge and bottom edge and having it fading out on the sides. It varies, and this time I've obviously, as you can see, decided to go all the way to the right edge for this, because there's no there's no point fading it off to the right side. You might as well just finish it, You you have to make that kind of decision when you're looking at the source photo initially. You've got to be able to sort of see the final product in your head, whether it's something that you can, comfortably do in a reasonable amount of time, how you might be able to do that, how you might go about achieving that, and just diving in, giving it a good shot. I love working organically rather than architecturally. I find myself being able to sort of not even think about it. I always sort of feel like I can just do it now, and there's no fear involved. I think perhaps maybe I should be getting into sort of architectural stuff next. But I'm drawing up some nice plans for next year. The next big series will be announced in January, and I will do my best to complete one every few months, and each one in the series will be featured throughout the given month, sporadically. There will be other projects that I'm doing at the same time, so expect to see those as well. So there's a little bit of experimentation going on for next year with how I upload my episodes and stuff, but it's largely going to be the same in that I will upload episodes of me sketching it real time or close to real time, and then I will do a sped up version when the project is done. It will be a nice little featurette type thing. But with the big series projects, especially the one I'm drawing up for next year, it will be an ongoing episodic thing until it's complete, basically. I'm basically sort of hinting that it may not be done in a given month when I've announced it. Obviously, I will do my best to get it done as quickly as possible. And my feature videos, the sped up ones, they never really last longer than 10-15 minutes at the most. Yes, so I will be bringing out some videos probably after Christmas, before New Year, or maybe even in the New Year. Just keep your eye out. So I've mentioned this before, but with the skin, this is a base layer, so I have to make sure that it is as even as possible. If the situation calls for otherwise, then obviously go with what is needed. But with this sketch, the skin is pretty much 90% even, and there's only really a difference towards the edge, or when there's a fold or a wrinkle. And Jake's got a big old beard here, so I'm going to be carrying on sketching in this skin here, knowing that the beard will go over it, but there are certain areas of the beard where it thins out, and this is what I'm going to be covering underneath, because as you will see, I will leave gaps out, because those are the areas where the beard will be so dense that you won't see the skin underneath. So yes, I'm just sort of making sure that I'm covering those thin areas, because I don't really want to waste time sketching in a skin color that's not going to end up being there, or visibly. And I don't usually like to clamp down my work sort of canvas. Sometimes I might need to spin things over to get at it from another angle, and I can't obviously do that if it's sellotaped down. So and yes, we're approaching the end of the episode once again. So the next one will be the last one. It might end up being longer than half an hour, who knows? But yes, we are pretty much at the end. I will be adding in his eyes and his basically his facial features and the beard in the final episode. It's going to be all kinds of fun. There will obviously be some touch-up work, but it's not really much, to be quite honest with you. It is just some cases of me going over a certain area with the same color, just to sort of even it out, getting it looking a bit more solid, and not like it's been sketched, rushed in any way. So if you like what you see, you know what to do. I sketch for free, and I do all of my work on here for free. For anyone who asks for it, I will send you the original, or at the very least you'll get a digital copy. Anyone who asks for it gets a digital copy. You can view all my work on Instagram or my website. The original size images aren't readily available. You will need to request them from me. But yes, that's how it works, basically. Subscribe and give me a shout. And until the next episode, I will love you and leave you. Take care of yourself, everyone. Speak soon.